Hi everyone. Today we're going to present you a part two of our Hermes Agent. Um, this was developed by News Research, licensed under MIT. Just to give you a recap, I built my current Hermes Agent, which is an AI concierge and executive assistant. And this is an intelligent AI agent designed to help automate both personal and professional workflows through natural language. So instead of simply answering questions, this agent can conduct research, manage documents, coordinate meetings, organize knowledge, automate repetitive tasks, and interact with multiple productivity tools from a single conversation. So, one of the capabilities that makes this autonomous agent differently is its conscious learning mechanism. Ideally, Hermes can remember important context across conversations, adapt by using reusable skills, even create new skills from successful workflows so it can perform similar tasks more efficiently in the future. Over time, Hermes becomes increasingly personalized by learning preferences, retaining project context, and building a growing library of reusable procedures that improve consistency and productivity. During the part one, I introduced the overall platform and architecture. So today in the part two, I'll demonstrate some of the recent capabilities that has been recently added. So before I do that, I would just like to share a little bit of how I built my Hermes agent. So I initially built this Hermes agent through my local device. So I run it using my Mac terminal. However, I switched this into a VPS or virtual private server so that I will be able to use my cloud-based platforms and integrate it into my Hermes agent. So I've used Hostinger as my VPS or virtual private server because this Hostinger VPS already is ready for integration on either OpenClaw or Hermes agent. Now, just to give you a brief recap, so this is the website of News Research, and then they do have a CLI or a terminal where you can run it. You can also download it on Mac OS, Windows, or Linux. So what I did was I downloaded the actual Hermes agent on my Mac desktop. So this is what it looks like. So as we can see, it's connecting. You just have to remember that when you use Hermes Agent, so it would consume RAM, depending whether you're using it on your local device or on a VPS or a virtual private server that runs on cloud. So in the meantime, I'm going to close this because it's slow. It's slowing the performance down. I can actually show you what the Hostinger VPS settings look like. So this is the one. So as you can see, it looks like connection loss. Usually, you just have to try it again. Just remember that it's also dependent on your internet connectivity as well. So you just have to refresh. Now I'm going to show you some sample use case. I actually added some prompt instruction here. By the way, I actually integrated my Hermes agent. I can show you a brief architecture that I actually um, created with Gemini. So this is what my architecture, or this is what my current Hermes agent architecture look like. So let me just refresh my Gemini. Okay, so okay, I'm just trying to. Okay, there you go. So this is the current architecture. Let me try to see if I can download this so I can resize this so you can see. But just to be sure, so this is okay. So let me just um, show this to you real quick because I'm trying to actually preview this on a much bigger screen. Okay, so this is what ideally my architecture looks like. So um, for the user access channel, I've used both Telegram and WhatsApp. So there's a Hermes gateway, and then uh, on the Docker container, so I integrated DeepSeek V4 Flash as my AI model. And then I integrated security ops like secret redaction, command approval, secure ops. So on the Docker container, which is actually run on hosting or VPS, so ideally, what DeepSeek does is it has the capability of persistent cross-session memory and then natural language. And then next is the automation request routing, which goes through a web intelligence architecture. So there are two. So it can scrape data on web searches either using DuckDuckGo search integration or using Firecrawl extension. So what I did here is I use DuckDuckGo search only for basic to basic lightweight up to intermediate web search and basic research. But for the heavy lifting like deep research, deep analysis, I switched to Firecrawl. So basically, Hermes Agent automatically switches depending on if it's a heavy task or a light task when it comes to research and web scraping. Next is it can also scrape data, like an example is it can find certain locations for you. It has integrations on OpenStreetMap and also on Google Maps as well. So for the integration layer, it is connected to my Google Workspace using OAuth and secret key. And I also connected knowledge management using Notion. So my Notion workspace is already integrated on my agent. And then for automation and development, it uses cron job scheduler, webhooks, sub-agent delegation, and terminal command Python browser automation as well. So for practical business outcomes, so the first thing that I considered is executive productivity. So it helps me reduce my workload, like managing my email, calendar, meetings. Second is for operational efficiency. So I can do a lot of automation tasks, like it can remind me when is my next meeting, and then also if I have any pending task or any action items. It can also conduct research for me intelligently, like if I wanted to ask my agent to do a basic research or ask it to do the heavy lifting when it comes to deep research and analysis. Also, since it already has access to my Notion workspace, so I can ask my Hermes agent to like create a knowledge base or create a repository for my Notion, and then also other tasks like process automation and business continuity, which I am able to communicate via Telegram and WhatsApp. Now, we're going to do some tests. I'm going to uh, copy this prompt instruction and then I will use my WhatsApp. Okay, so let me just um, adjust this. Okay, I'm going to ask my Hermes agent to conduct a comprehensive research on the latest trends in agentic AI adoption. As we can see, I'm asking Hermes agent to gather information from reputable sources, synthesize the findings into an executive level report with key findings, recommendations, and cited reference, then create a well formatted Google Docs titled Enterprise Agentic AI Adoption Report. So please keep in mind that the task would the time frame of the task would depend how basic or how complex the task is. So right now we're just going to allow the Hermes agent to finish the task. Okay, so it's saying searching for agentic research. So, like what I mentioned is, if we go back to the architecture when it comes to web intelligence architecture, so if the request is just to do like basic research, basic web scraping, it will just switch it to level one, which is DuckDuckGo search, which is a free integration. Now, if the request is, let's say, I want you to conduct a comprehensive research of this certain topic and then do some analysis, provide citations, and then it will switch to level 2 and 3, which is a fire crawl extraction, which is a more technical and deep research. So let's go back to the Hermes agent. So I'm both using WhatsApp and then also I'm using Telegram as well. Sorry. Okay, it's saying that the document has already been created. So let's just go ahead and wait for a couple of minutes. And then it's saying read file. It's basically showing us the Python command it's running. So it's giving us like the task, like the iteration, let's say 11 out of 90. So it's saying that it could work an average of 3 minutes. So it's right now, it's showing us the to do. Okay, so as we can see, it already provided us the executive summary, key findings at a glance, table of contents, market overview and size, and the actual document. So the document structure is already shown. So all we have to do is to check the actual document. Okay, so it did follow the instruction, it did plotted the document. Okay, so how did this happen? The reason why is you need to make sure that your OAuth and secret key from your Google APIs is integrated to Hermes Agent through Google Cloud. So you need to make sure that you have access to Google Cloud Platform. And then you will need to run this into Hostinger terminal, or if depending on what specific VPS you're using. Now let's go back to the second sample. So I will ask Hermes to review the result of the latest research we completed. Okay, so and then update the appropriate page into my Notion workspace. Okay, so it's just taking a little bit long. Okay, as we can see, it's using a skill view Notion. Now, just to recap, the good thing about Hermes Agent is it can create its own skills depending on your interaction and also the instructions you are providing or the tasks. Also, Hermes Agent has a self-learning mechanism because of its memory, which means that it learns from your tone, your context, and so on and so forth. Okay, so it's saying here that it's currently working, but let's try to expand this. You can see if it's working. You can see the three dots here, or it's saying here it's right typing. As you can see, you just have to disregard this one because this is actually my Hermes agent. Now, just to give you a recap why this name is showing, it's because in order for you to integrate your Hermes agent into WhatsApp, you need to make sure that you have an extra if you're basically living in a location or country that requires a physical SIM, you have to make sure that you have a separate number that is also connected to WhatsApp, and that's where you should be setting up the Hermes agent. While for Telegram, all you need to do is to go to bot father and then follow the instructions or the commands that it will be provided to you on how to set up your bot. And you don't need to have a separate SIM or eSIM or even Google Voice. So just to recap, setting up the Hermes agent is quite a bit complicated depending on your use case and integration. So might as well leverage any applicable AI tools that you have available so that you can build your own Hermes agent. In addition to that, you also need to learn at least the basic integrations, whether it's an API, webhook, OAuth. So that's it. So that it will be much easier for you to adapt when it comes to like connecting features and also like designing, building, and iterating your own autonomous AI agent. So regardless whether you're building customized solutions using like a web app, or let's say you're building your own autonomous agent, or you're building an autonomous agent for somebody else, then you just have to at least um, understand basic integrations, prompt engineering, context engineering, and any other methods that would help you build your own stuff with AI. Okay, so it's saying here it's working 3 minutes iteration. It's actually showing us like out of 90 tasks, it has already completed 29 out of 90 tasks. So ideally, when these things that you see right now, usually these are like the content that you see when you run a Python command on a terminal or a CLI. But we're not going to discuss what a CLI is or a terminal. It's basically a separate topic. Okay, so it's giving us like it's showing us a dangerous command. So it's asking us whether we wanted to approve it, approve a specific session, or approve always, or deny it. So what I'm going to do just to make sure that I'm only approving this session is I'm going to just type in, or I just copy paste approve session. Okay, so there you go. Hermes has done the task. It already. So what happened is, we did the deep research earlier, and then what Hermes did when I asked him the second task is to update the content of the deep research that it completed to into a Notion workspace. So this is my Notion workspace. So when I click this, it should pop up the actual Notion page where it updated the content. As we can see, it has like the executive summary, market overview and size, adoption rate. So it included the table, investment landscape. So it did exactly what we requested to update. Now, we're going to show you the third task. So what I'm going to do is let's switch to Telegram. Okay. So you just have to disregard this because I was configuring my Hermes agent earlier. So we're going to try this third instruction into Telegram this time. Okay, it's saying that, good morning, Oliver. Let's check your Google Workspace auth and pull today's calendar. So it says your auth is good. Let me pull today's calendar and recent emails. Okay, we can see that Hermes Agent is working by checking this. You can actually see on this page and then this one. It says your auth is good. Let me pull today's calendar and recent emails. So let me grab a few more details on the key emails. Okay, now on the left side, this is the bot father. This is what I'm talking about. Now, if you wanted to integrate your Hermes agent, you need to make sure to ask for like a key to bot father. The bot father will provide you the necessary commands that you need to follow. Okay, so there you go. It did provided me like the follow-up email opportunities, also my calendar meetings and high priority sensitive. Okay, so I can confirm this one because I have a meeting later for that. And then for a bonus demo, I'm going to ask, can you locate the nearest Japanese or Korean barbecue restaurant within Pasay area? Okay, so what it will do is going back to the framework. Sorry, I just accidentally pushed this. So let's go to the browser that I shown first about the framework. So let me just close this. Okay, so going back, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to search for a certain location of an establishment. So it should trigger this enhanced location feature. So let's go back to WhatsApp. Okay, so what it's trying to do is it's trying to navigate to Google search. Okay, so it's kind of a little bit slow right now, but let's go ahead and wait. Sorry, I pushed this again. Oh, sorry. So let's expand this. As we can see, you can see that the agent is currently working on its task. You can see it's saying you're typing, and also the three dots, it's moving as well. Okay, so right now it's saying here that it's currently utilizing the DuckDuckGo feature for basic search. And then it's asking us to, for the task, it's saying here that a dangerous command requires approval, just like what happened earlier. So for now, I'm just going to approve this specific task or this session only. Now, part of the guardrails of this Hermes agent that I've built is the permission. So I wanted to make sure if that my Hermes agent actually confirms with me and reviews the task that I wanted to execute, especially for the ones that are highly sensitive. So what it does, it actually provides me the context of what task it is currently trying to execute, confirms with me whether I would approve it or I would deny it. So it depends on your use case. Example, if you think that you have any repetitive tasks that are not highly sensitive, then it's up to you if you wanted your Hermes agent to set up to automatically approve these specific tasks, like reminding you whenever you have an upcoming meeting, or let's say summarizing your emails by the end of business day so that you have context on what is urgent and what you need to, like, what is actually important for you on that day. Okay, so here it is. My Hermes agent already provided me like the locations. It even provided me a link for the map. So I clicked it right now, and it did confirm that it did try to locate based on the Google Maps. And then let's go back. We can also, like, it's saying here that this is the location, this is the map, and the time. Like, it's open until this hour. And then we can also, let's say, check this. Sometimes there are instances that it cannot locate the Google Maps, but most of the time it should be able to include the location or the link for the Google Maps. So let's try to test this one as well. And just a quick reminder, for example, if you think that your Hermes agent, after testing it, has lacking feature or it doesn't 100% work as expected, you can actually place commands directly to your Hermes agent where you set it up to actually analyze the task and analyze the current capabilities and features. It's like you're doing an audit to ensure that any any necessary fixes can be deployed by your Hermes agent. And that's it for this brief demo. Now, uh, if you wanted us to provide you with more valuable contents like AI related demos, all you have to do is to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Decipher Labs, and make sure to hit the bell button. You can also follow us on LinkedIn. So you can just type in Decipher Labs and then click follow. You can also follow us on our YouTube channel, which is Decipher Labs. So you can just click Decipher Labs and it will show up. And then you can also reach out to us through our website at decipherlabs.com, and then click contact us and this form should show up, and we should be able to reach out back to you at least in 24 to 48 hours. And that's it. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the next demo.